Police in Omaha have released video from an incident last year in which a suspect tried to hide evidence.
And he actually tried to hide it in the ceiling of an interrogation room at the police station. Thomas Hartman told police he was the victim of a robbery, but police told him the man he named as the robber was somewhere else at the time. Now look at this. When officers left him in the room while they questioned his girlfriend, he got on a chair and hid a bag of cocaine above a ceiling tile. Officers saw him on the chair and returned.
You're at the frickin' police station, man, and you just put a chair on the table and tried to get up in the ceiling tile.
Police thought he was trying to escape. They checked the ceiling, found another man's wallet, but didn't see cocaine falling to the floor. A technician found it later. Hartman was convicted of drug possession. Germany has taken a big step in its effort to reduce air pollution.
A German federal court has ruled cities are allowed to ban diesel cars. Environmental groups are calling it a great day for clean air in Germany. The decision, however, could affect millions of drivers in Germany and have significant repercussions for that country's auto industry. Environmental campaigners have sued dozens of German cities, citing that diesel cars emit nitrogen oxides that cause respiratory illnesses and premature deaths. Washington, D.C. police searching for a suspect who apparently really doesn't like speed cameras.
Not at all. Take a look at this. The video catches the suspect on camera getting out of his vehicle and violently destroying a speed camera.
Wow.
The suspect pushes that trap over, kicks off the camera, tosses it across the street. Crime solvers are offering a reward to try to find that guy.
His car was moving there, too. It's like Robert De Niro in Goodfellas. I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know that one. You always do the movie lines.
Pushing the phone booth over, just very angry.
Local 4 News at 6 is next.
Here's Devin with what's coming up. There it is.
I knew you would know it. I knew you'd know it.
We're working on stories from Novi, Dearborn, and Northville. And here's Jamie.
A school resource officer is going to be placed inside South Lyon High School. So why is City Council feeling like they've been blindsided?
We certainly were blindsided.
We'll try to sort all of this out for you next on Local 4.
It's late at night. A woman driving here along Jefferson Avenue. Suddenly her driver's side window pops. Police now have a good idea of what was the source.
Have you ever had...
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A 100-mile-an-hour chase leads to an arrest police believe will end a string of package thefts around Metro Detroit.
One school threat after another, and people are losing patience. Tonight, police are trying to deputize parents to help stop it.
Out of nowhere, frightening moments for a woman driving in St. Clair Shores, a loud bang, and then this. Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 6. There has been so much damage done to cars lately on our freeways. This time, though, not a pothole, nor was it a chunk of concrete that had broken loose.
Yeah, police say it was a BB pellet someone fired at a car driving along Jefferson and St. Clair Shores. Our Steve Garagiola is live with a closer look at the damage. Steve?
Yeah, can you imagine what a shock that would be as you're driving? And lucky that woman was cool enough to maintain control of her car. Police don't really know who, but they do indeed know what blew out the window of her car as she drove along here last night. It happened last night around midnight along a stretch of Jefferson Avenue where Grosse Pointe and St. Clair Shores meet. The woman drove with a couple of friends in the car with her. Today she does not want to talk on camera, but describes what happened. All of a sudden, we heard and felt something hit the side of my car. We thought it could have been a big rock. I went around the turn when something else hit my driver's side window and shattered the glass right next to my head. This was the result. Her car windows smashed. St. Clair Shores police have determined those windows were hit with shots from a BB gun. Detectives tell us this afternoon there have been other similar incidents recently, but not in the same location. So there is no indication those incidents are related. The woman and her friends were shaken up, but no one in the car was injured. Yeah, you know, at the end of a story like this, you like to be able to say, so here's what you need to do to protect yourself. But the bottom line is, in a case like that, there's nothing you can do to protect yourself. The police say all you can do is just try to be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings, but something like this you really can't control. Kimberly, Devin, back to you.
Steve, did you talk to police? Do they have any idea of a suspect or suspects?
Well, you know, sadly, at this point, they really don't, because they were unable to pinpoint the exact location where this happened, and though there have been several other incidents, they've been scattered around this area. So what they're hoping for is that somebody mouths off a little bit because they think maybe it's funny, and then somebody calls the police to pin it on somebody.
Definitely not funny, but glad she's going to be okay. Steve, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think we'd have to call it a late February heat wave outside right now.
Yeah, it's really nice. Ben's out on the weather patio enjoying the sun while it lasts. Hi, Ben.
Hey guys, yeah, the sun's setting, but it still feels fantastic out here. And I'll tell you, we do these occasionally. I've never heard as many footsteps on the street behind us as I've heard in the last hour or so. Everybody's outside enjoying these temperatures, and look at some of these numbers. Even though we've come off of our highs for the day, you see that sunshine gleaming off the buildings. We're still in the low to mid 50s. Now there is a little bit of a wind, but even those have calmed down a bit, and we'll see the winds continue to relax tonight. Still backing down to the 30s for lows. We're mild tomorrow, but we'll start adding in rain, and eventually we will put snow back in the forecast. We'll talk about how much we're expecting and whether we'll be able to measure it or not coming up in the 7-day forecast in minutes. Guys, back inside to you.
All right, Ben. Now to a Local 4 update. Charges have been filed in the murder of a Dearborn man. Robert Gonzalez was arraigned today in the death of 37-year-old Ismail Abdullah. Abdullah was found shot to death Saturday morning in the middle of the street in Dearborn. Gonzalez now charged with murder, and he's being held without bond.
A high school hiring a school resource officer might seem like an idea everyone can get behind given recent events, but in South Lyon, there's controversy. Jamie Edmonds shows us why some elected leaders and the police chief aren't happy with how a new partnership was struck.
When kids come to school here on Thursday to South Lyon High School, there will be a school resource officer. It's something that's been discussed for months, but only now has action been taken. At last night's South Lyon City Council meeting, the school board surprised a lot of people.
Our intent for coming forward this evening is to advise this council that we, the South Lyon Board of Education, have solicited assistance from Lyon Township.
The school board went to Lyon Township for assistance in getting a full-time school resource officer, even though South Lyon High School is in the city. The news came as a shock to council members.
I think there was a little bit behind the scenes action that maybe we were not informed of. There might have been a miscommunication. We certainly were blindsided on that end.
And to the police chief, who provides officers for daily visits and arrival and dismissal at each school.
It's a lack of communication. There's every possibility that the South Lyon Police Department could assign a South Lyon police officer as a school resource officer.
The school board asked the city for financial assistance for an officer last year. At the same time, they asked the township for assistance for South Lyon East High School, which is located in the township. East has had an officer all year. South Lyon has not. From the school board's perspective, in light of the events in Florida and listening to concerned parents, they took matters into their own hands. Residents and students like the idea of having an officer here.
I think it's great because it provides a safety in case something was to happen.
The way things are going in the world right now, yeah, I think it's necessary.
In South Lyon, Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
Now, the school district will employ a sheriff's deputy at South Lyon High School starting March 1st until an agreement with Lyon Township can be implemented. The city council and city police chief hope that the lines of communication will open up with the school board and a better solution can be found because they say school safety is everyone's top priority.
Classes will resume tomorrow at all Wayne Westland schools after they were canceled today because of social media threats. The investigation found no threat to students and staff, and schools are going to increase police presence going forward. Superintendent says we all need to work together on a solution.
We do not consider this a school problem. We do not consider this a parenting problem, nor is it a student problem or a socioeconomic problem. We consider this a community problem that can only be solved by our entire community coming together.
Wayne Westland, of course, just one of many communities where school threats have forced lockdowns or cancellation of classes since the shooting in Florida. As this map shows, there have been at least 20 across the metro area, and most of them have bounced back to social media. Prosecutors and police have had enough. They are mobilizing now to end these problems once and for all. But they tell our Rod Maloney parents can be the real solution by taking a few proactive steps.
When, because of social media, state police canines spent much of the past couple of days sweeping schools, when investigators are burning precious tax dollars looking for the kids who posted threats, when the school ends up canceled as a result, well, MSP spokesman Mike Shaw warns
it's time to stop the foolishness. Somebody's going to go to prison for a very long time.
What police are not asking, but reminding parents it's their responsibility to keep an eye on their children's social media activity.
Know their password. Go into their sites and see what they're doing. Make sure that everything is on the up and up with there. If you have suspicions about it, go in there and look.
Instagram and Snapchat.
There are ways short of that. Westland father of 5 Chris Kovacs tells us the rules in his house. He's the first friend they can have online.
They can post whatever they want, you know, as long as it meets the guidelines, but I have to be able to see it.
Those guidelines include posting nothing mean, showing their parents something mean coming their way.
I think parents just being involved in their kids' life, you know, knowing what's going on and letting them know that they're there to support them, but setting guidelines.
This isn't a joke. We take every one of these very seriously. We will prosecute you. We want to make sure people understand that.
How serious? Well, there is a juvenile in juvenile detention without bond for making bomb threats against Lance Cruz North High School. He could face 4 years in prison, but the age of consent in Michigan is 17. And if you're 17 and make a threat and get convicted of terrorism, because that's what this is, whether you meant it or not, you're looking at 20 years in prison. In Westland, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod. Now, if you as a parent find troubling things or threats on your child's social media, the experts advise you to do 2 things. First, obviously do not repost them, but second, call police.
Well, just last summer, someone shot and killed DeJuan Jones. It's left his 2 children without a father and his family wondering what might have been had the 26-year-old not been gunned down in his prime. Paula Tutman has a message DeJuan's loved ones want everyone to hear.
Another Searching for Justice news conference, another broken-hearted family hoping that they can exchange some of their pain for perhaps a conscience, for someone out there who saw something and will say something. Their loved one, a young father of 2, DeJuan Jones, was cut down in his prime last July.
I'm begging and pleading and asking, please help us find some justice in this senseless violence out here.
He was sitting in a vehicle with a lady friend near Bassett and Viscar in southwest Detroit when someone walked up to the vehicle and opened fire.
I'm hurt. I'm lost that it even happened to my brother. I can't.
Police put out a vague description of a man in a brown hoodie about 5'10". It was close to 9 p.m. at night. And while few may remember what they saw or who they saw in the area with such vague details, the family is hoping a conscience and $3,500 in reward money will encourage those who do know something to come forward.
He had 2 kids that he really needed to be with that y'all took him away from, and a loving family that we needed him to.
Anyone with any information interested in that $3,500 reward should call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
All right, Paula. We're talking about uncluttering your life today, but many of us feel we just can't seem to dive in and start organizing.
Yeah, it can be kind of tough. Up next, we'll talk to an expert about how you can get started and the biggest secret to decluttering your home.
Also, a new and disturbing case of human trafficking right here in our backyard. You'll find out how police broke up an operation affecting 2 local suburbs when we come right back.
Jeopardy!
2 men are facing a number of charges in connection with a human trafficking operation in Southfield and Redford Township. Karen Fascian and Carlos Fox facing human trafficking and conducting a criminal enterprise charge. Police say the men recruited victims into prostitution, gave them highly addictive drugs, and threatened them with violence if they didn't stay. An undercover operation led to the arrest. The pair is due back in court on March 5th. A car chase in Novi ended a month-long investigation into a series of mail thefts across Metro Detroit. Thefts occurred in 8 different communities, including Novi, Northville, and Plymouth. Police say Lonnie Shoemaker and his partner Emily Boggs would drive up to homes and steal mail from mailboxes. Authorities witnessed Shoemaker taking mail from a home. When they approached, Shoemaker fled, and that led police on a chase that hit speeds of 100 miles an hour. both now charged with mail theft, bank fraud, conspiracy, and identity theft.
Well, we've been talking about clutter all day, and by now you might be inspired to start decluttering your home, but how do you go about doing it? We walked through a house with an expert who showed us how to get the process started.
This type of clutter has a technical name. It's called situational disorganization. It happens when you're going through a transition in your life.
How am I gonna organize all this stuff? It's just, and looking at it, I was just so anxious, overwhelmed that I didn't want it. It just sat there.
The day before her wedding, Manal moved in with her husband. With her things, his things, and new wedding gifts, she didn't know how to blend their stuff together.
I love what I do.
That's where professional organizer Jen Hurd comes in to get Manal started with a system. Pick out one room, one area you want to declutter, then it's all about proximity.
This is their coffee station. They have this set up and they use this every morning. So you really want just mugs here.
Take the time to move other things like wine glasses to the top shelf since you don't use those as often. Proximity is important when you cook too.
They wanted spices near the stove, and this is where they would prep.
But this is where purging comes into the process.
So you go to make a recipe and you say, oh, I'm not sure if I have chili powder, because you're out of sorts. And so you buy another one, right? So you end up with 3 and 4 and 5 chili powders.
Whether you combine spices, throw away the expired ones, or donate them, Jen says you have to make the decision. Does it stay or go? Purging is done in every area of the house and often.
At least once a season change. So when you change in the spring and when you change in the fall in Michigan, it's a good time to do it.
So when you change your closet from winter to summer clothes, take a garbage bag and decide, does it stay or go? But we wouldn't suggest this without giving you a behind-the-scenes trick. Ready?
This hanger trick where you hang all the hangers one direction, and then when people wear the outfit, they turn the hanger around. And so then at the end of the season, the items that are facing the wrong way, or that are facing, the opposite direction of how you started, are the things you did not wear. So then those are the things you very strongly consider getting rid of because you're not wearing them for half the year.
And make sure everything in your home has a spot.
We worked on making sure that the items get hung in their sections so she can kind of see, okay, I have 3 or 4 pairs of jeans that fit me right now, so I don't need to buy that.
The same goes for any household item. If you can't put things away in that spot, you can't keep an inventory.
If you have a roll of Scotch tape on the kitchen counter and a roll of Scotch tape over here, but it's not where you are, you end up going and buying more. I've cleaned up some houses where I've had 30 rolls of tape by the time I was done.
Well, Jen had a lot of great tips and secrets of a professional organizer. To see more and to find out how you can get help uncluttering your life, head to our website, clickondetroit.com.
If you're like me, you're starting to feel a little clutter shame through the day.
You start thinking about, all the things that you need to clean up.
Exactly. Well, what a day, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks for coming back in.
Yeah.
It was tempting to stay out.
I was this close. Yeah. But yeah, 60-degree finish. Look at that. Average is 39, so we were well above the average and only 3 short of the record. That was 63. We set that back in 1976. But look at the range from where we started this morning at 32 all the way to 60, so almost a 30-degree stretch from low to high. It's pretty good, but we had dry air, sunshine, and the help of that southwest wind to really get those temperatures up there. Here's the current numbers, mid-50s out there right now. Sandusky, actually one of our warmer spots at 58 degrees. So we've had all this warm temperatures. And then we get this picture in on Storm Pins. This is from Ed in Davisburg. He said, hey, Ben, just want you to know I still got snow outside on the patio. So I don't know what you're doing out there, Ed, but this thing's made it this far. It may survive into April or May at this point. So we appreciate that shot. We will be seeing milder temperatures, in fact, all above average numbers for the next 7 days. Cold front starts sinking south, and that'll be the focus point for showers tomorrow. This stuff is going to be pretty light on Wednesday. Just a slight chance we could see something before daybreak. Most of the rain we'll see tomorrow is from the morning commute on, but it's going to be scattered and everything's going to be light. Not a lot of moisture with that system. Not so much so with the Thursday system. You see that low coming in from the south, going to be dragging in more moisture with it. So we'll see more intense rain, a little bit longer lasting rain too. And by the time we get into the evening hours, cold air coming in will transition some of this to snow. But by that point, most of this system is going to start moving to the east. The snow will start becoming much lighter through the nighttime hours and then taper off. So how much are we talking? Well, as far as what we're looking at for accumulations, these are going to be very minimal. Now, this is the snowfall forecast. This is not what's actually going to stick to the ground. I suspect that a lot of these places you'll see it fall, and it's not going to amount to much. There's a slight chance we could get as much as an inch out here in the western portion of our south zone. But again, that's the outside shot. A lot of us are going to see the snow showers, and that's probably going to be the extent of it. Otherwise, temperatures will start climbing again as we get into the weekend. 39 tonight, clouds on the increase. Highs tomorrow still doing pretty good, just not quite what we saw today. So we'll call it 50 in the city here in the metro zone. A little bit milder, low 50s down in our south zone, right around the state line. We'll look for 52 there, Morenci, Blissfield, Lambertville. And then the 40s start showing up in our west zone. You get north of Ann Arbor, 48 in Brighton, 45 in Flint. And we'll also see mid-40s through most of our north zone tomorrow for highs. So we'll continue getting chillier as we get into Thursday and Friday, but the sunshine comes back to end the weekend. We'll also bring the winds back, but there's going to be a ton of sunshine this weekend. So for the first weekend in March, that's not looking too bad. Low to mid-40s with sunshine.
Skip right past that little snowflake
I
thing
didn't see
there.
it. I didn't see it.
All right, Bernie's coming up with sports.